Welcome to a tutorial in Animate. This is our first tutorial, and what I'm going to do is just show you the layout of Animate and kind of get used to the space. It's only be a few minutes. Animate is a 2D animation software, and it used to be called, for 20 years, it used to be called Flash, and now they call it Animate. So you might hear me say Flash by mistake because I've used it for so long. But this is the opening screen here, and I'm using 2020. It's okay if you don't have this version. And it might ask you if you want to look at some tutorials, but you're welcome to look at anything, but I'm just going to skip this for now. Okay, and over here is the Create New button, so I'm just going to do that, and we'll get a little screen here that allows us to create a new document. And I'm just going to go with the default settings here, which is the height, the width and the height, 1280 by 720. We're going to keep the frame rate alone. We'll talk about what that is later on. And this ActionScript 3.0, I'm just going to leave everything alone and click on the blue Create button. Okay. So here we go. This is what Animate looks like. It might look a little confusing, but it really isn't. We're going to take it slow. Down below we have this timeline, which is something that we use all the time, and it's in a position down below on the lower portion of the screen, and I like to change this because I feel like I don't like looking down at it. I like it up top, and so to move this up top, we're going to go to this little box over here called Workspaces, and I'm going to find the word Classic. And when you click on Classic, right now it's on Essentials, but if I go to Classic, notice now the timeline is up top. It's kind of more eye level, and this is a lot easier to use in my opinion. So I'm going to be using it like this for the year, and I really recommend you do the same so our screens look the same. Okay, so now I have the timeline up at the top. I have my toolbar on the left here, and I have this Properties panel on the right. So whenever I click on a tool, the Properties panel will change and will give me options for any tool that I work with. There might be also some options that show up down below as well that we'll get into later. Inside here, where we paint and work and animate, this is called our scene. And right now, this just seems a little large, so it's zoomed in at 100%, and I might want to back that up a bit. So at 100% here, I'm going to change that to 80 and press Enter, and you can kind of see it just kind of zooms out a bit. There is a slide bar on the right and a slide bar on the bottom if you ever needed to move that. Okay, so one last thing. On the timeline, we have frames. So they go from 0 all the way to about 105, 6, or 7. That can obviously be extended by moving our slide bar here. I'm going to keep that to the left, though, so I see 0. So we can add as many frames as we want. We have layers here, which the layers would come in, and if you create new layers, as we do, you might want more. You can see I can kind of pull this bar a little bit. Whoops, I'm going to put that back. You can just drag it down here if you wanted to pull down for more room or real estate on your layers area, if you wanted to. If I hover over, you can see where I get a double arrow, and that's how I know I'm on it. Okay, so now, this is all we're going to do for now. This is enough for this video, getting used to the layout of Animate. So good luck, and take a look around, and I'll see you soon.